climate change dogma to be criminally prosecuted under RICO because they have knowingly deceived the American people about the risk of climate change. Now, RICO is racketeer influenced and corrupt organizations, what they use to go after the mob.
Right.
And they're saying, because we think climate change is a fallacious argument.
Mm-hmm.
We're media. We may not be, big shots, but we're media personalities. They're talking about us.
Yes.
All right, we're going to come back with a little more on that, and we're also going to talk a little bit about something else. Europeans, that's what we're talking about. With more on Target Radio when we come back after these messages. And you're listening to AM560, The Answer.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer from the ChicagoRadioDeals.com.
Yeah, about 5 to 10 minutes.
But you'll be in. Will they be able to watch this?
They can watch. The thing is, it's not getting the same link. You can just go back to youtube.com/.
The thing that we put online permanently is complete, right?
Yes, that one closed off and then it segments it. So as soon as you either crash or you hit the end broadcast, that's it. That's packaged away and it's filed onto the server now, so people can watch that.
So it's not the whole show.
It's not the whole show. So now, that part we already did is safe. But this one is going to be a new file base. I know, it's just the way they do it. You can't keep recording where you stop. But what you do is you add the link into the first one so people know there's a part 2 to it. And what else can you do?
Can we not record it and then put it up there?
We could do that too, but then people can't watch it live.
Why can't you be recording at the same time?
Because we don't have capabilities with this to do that.
Really?
Yeah, you can't record from this webcam at the same time.
Separate camera.
Right, you set up a separate camera.
And then I could give you studio
We're
sound.
relying on
Yeah, we get studio sound. Yeah.
Record it and broadcast.
Correct.
We should figure out how to do that.
Well, for a second camera, we do that one.
We got like 5,000 cameras.
Yeah, well, we can do it with like the regular.
You plug it in the same computer.
No, we just record it on the camera. These are.
Oh, you're saying just.
You just won't have as good of a perspective because it's not that high up. Set up on there.
Those batteries won't go out.
There are telescoping tripods.
Yeah. Plus we got power source right there. Plug it in. And just we can record it that way.
Because then, just to preclude what just happened.
Right. That's true, and then also you get a better quality video.
Can you then go to YouTube, get rid of what's on there if we have it, get rid of what's on there and replace it? Well, you can delete it.
Just delete it and just leave the new one. Yeah, sure.
Okay. This is more complicated every week.
Well, it's not bad.
Well, because you keep asking me to do more stuff.
Right. Like, can you do this, do that? But it's not like a simple process. Like, if I know the whole picture ahead of time, then we can come up with a better plan ahead of time.
We didn't know the picture.
And I personally don't think that, I mean, we've talked about this. Watching the show is like watching paint dry. I applaud you 15 people for actually watching it, because to me, before I was on the show, I tried to watch it, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's
Tim was on the show.
You're ADD.
Yeah, but people do
anything else.
people do watch it because we get views on the video.
20 seconds.
But here's the thing, like, how often does the camera shut itself off? Not that, so
No,
it's
not
not worth it
To do the extra work.
it's not worth it to record it and broadcast.
Next week.
What? Oh, we'll do that next week. All right. Whatever.
Me, right?
Yes, as far as I know.
You're listening.
On Target Radio on AM560 The Answer with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your.
I'm back with more on Target Radio. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. Tell me how much you love academics. Here's a professor at the University of Washington, and there are 19 other professors at major universities who are saying that anybody who disagrees, not John Q, but anybody in a position like radio, personality, press, that sort of thing, who disagrees with climate change.
It's like organizations
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Should be prosecuted under RICO. Now, this is the irony of this. This one guy is at the University of Washington, and here is the university's mission statement, okay? It says, an environment for objectivity and imaginative inquiry, and for the original scholarship and research that ensure the production of new knowledge and the free exchange of facts, theories, and ideas, unquote. Take them to court.
Yeah.
Prosecute them under RICO.
They really don't want that free exchange.
No.
Yeah, so not only do they want to violate our First Amendment rights, but they're completely forgetting that people like Galileo were prosecuted by the Inquisition for opposing the prevailing thinking of that time on the universe and solar system and that sort of thing. And the church went after him at that time because that was who was in control. But yeah, I think that it's ironic that they've forgotten that dissenting theories is how we come up with better science.
One of these guys, Jagadish Shukla, okay,
Yes.
who is a professor, and this
This is so poetic.
It is.
I had the weepy breeze when I was reading it.
This is liberalism at its pinnacle of perfection. So here's a guy who says we should be prosecuted under RICO because we don't believe in
We're
climate
skeptic.
change. Right. And what possible thing could he get from that? Why would he think that? Well, maybe it's because he's double dipping.
Yes.
He's at the university for which he gets a couple of $100,000 salary. And the federal government has given him, a private consulting company he owns, $63 million to look into climate change. His university salary is $314,000.
Yeah.
Now, the contract is with his company and the university, so he's double dipping when he does this. He's getting it from the university and from his consulting firm,
Right.
paid by us, okay? The couple, he and his wife, both in 2013
and 14, $800,000 in salary.
Between his university job and both
Right.
of them working for this think tank.
Think there's a vested interest as to why he doesn't want people to disagree?
His environmental institute, the $63 million that the government gave them in that time period was 98% of their income. So
Yeah.
basically they had no other sources of revenue other than the government.
And it would be very hard to continue on without that since they've only $53 million.
Obviously.
Yeah, how could you?
Well, they've already spent all that money.
Like they're probably buying umbrellas. I don't know.
Well, right. So this is the part that gave me the weepy glees, was that these 20 academics wrote this open letter to the president saying that they think that skeptics should be prosecuted. And now a House committee wants to know more about the relationship between taxpayer money received by these academics and their urging of President Obama to go after them. So they want to, the House committee, led by a Republican, of course, is going, oh, you really want to prosecute skeptics? Well, then we're going to investigate you. How about that?
Poetic justice.
I love it.
There is no segue for this. I've been sitting here just trying to ponder how to get into this, but here it is.
If we had a day, maybe.
What can I say? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
Here you go. You're listening to On Target Radio. This is AM560 The Answer. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. And irony of ironies, now Europeans are saying, it'd be nice if we had a Second Amendment.
You're lining up at the gun stores.
You can't, in the country like Austria, where it is possible it's legal to own a firearm, not a handgun, but rifle and shotgun.
Long guns.
There's no guns. And women,
They're
principally
sold out,
women,
yeah.
principally women. They've
Guns are sold out in Austria
emptied the stores. And you know why?
because of all these immigrants
Exactly.
coming from Syria.
Because they're just like randomly raping people. There is a long list. And here's the really disconcerting part about what's going on in Europe.
Yes.
The papers, the newspapers and the news media won't talk about it.
They're not accurately reporting
They're not
the
reporting.
crimes.
They
Yes.
don't want to shake. They don't want to rattle the cage, and they don't
Mhm.
want to offend. They don't want to offend the people who are doing this.
They do not want to give legitimacy to critics of mass migration,
It's
is what this one article says.
there's a school in Germany that's near one of these migrant camps where these people are, and they're warning girls not to wear shorts or skirts so as not to offend migrants and provoke attacks. Revealing tops or blouses, short shorts, and miniskirts could lead to misunderstandings, wrote school administrators, asking the students respect the migrants' culture. They have raped a 6-year-old, okay? Boys, there's a long list of this stuff.
And some of them are children within the camps and the refugee camps, and some of them are people who live in the country,
walking down the street,
the Europeans. So I would think that the Europeans would be especially incensed about the rapes of their own people. But Germany's top broadcaster ZDF said, we don't want to inflame the situation and spread the bad mood. The migrants don't deserve it. Yeah, absolutely, they don't deserve it. Yeah, I can see that. And they're coming here. Open your eyes. This is out of control. Putin, I gotta love this guy. I can't believe it, but I have to love this guy. All right, we're gonna be back with more On Target Radio. You're listening to AM560 The Answer.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available.
Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will
Was it
prepare
woman?
you to carry
I read it was a man.
Chicago police said it was a
holster and ammunition
Shooter?
selection.
female shooter.
A comprehensive
Then the first report was
So they
wrong
have
when
to
they
do
first
that.
came out.
Yeah.
Because I read it was.
So I want to Google it real quick now just to make sure that what I read was
Well,
true,
I
but I
this
read it
was
on the
like right
Sun-Times
after. This
website.
is right after.
That was
Why
the
don't you,
Sun-Times
uh,
website this afternoon.
You want to
So,
try Google? See if I
concealed carry program.
it's funny because I had took my kid down. She got sick that night. I took my kid down to Tuesday to the Shed Aquarium.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she's seeing all the
Yeah,
surf
fish for
giants
lunch.
and everything else like that.
No,
she's
already.
So we go ahead and then we pull out. We park Soldier Field North lot. We pull out of the lot. I'm like, there's no traffic anywhere. Get over. We see two guys in a minivan with the back open. One's got a fanny pack on, but he's got a long suit coat with the suit underneath. And I said, that guy's Secret Service, because it's exactly what my cousin wore. The fanny pack. I mean, that sort of thing. And then the sort of soccer mom looking minivan. It's exactly what they do. Chicago cop guy in a suit. They're standing there blocking the street. I'm like, well, I didn't know the president was in town. So I turned on the country. So I'm getting out to get up to Lakeshore Drive. Totally empty. Totally closed.
Motorcade.
Yeah. I wasn't supposed to be on there.
Who was it?
It was for Obama.
Oh, he did come in. Oh, I didn't even think about it. And they just let you drive right by him?
I just turned the corner. I drove out. I saw him.
Like he had a shot.
And I drove. No, we're almost back. And make sure. This guy.
On Target Radio. The Answer.
Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life.
Before anybody accuses me of being a commie, I'm not suggesting that Putin should be our president. What I am suggesting is Putin gets it, and he makes no bones about getting it. He's just decided he's gonna solve this problem in Syria and tells our weak link, just stay out of the sky. Let the grown-ups do the business. And that's kind of the way he runs the country. I mean, you know what? You got to say one thing about Vladimir Putin. He loves Mother Russia, and he does what he thinks is the right thing for them. He doesn't care about what other people think. This is the guy who said, Russia doesn't need you. You need Russia. If you're going to come here, learn to assimilate or don't come at all.
Yeah.
The Europeans wanting guns. We got an example that just happened, day before yesterday?
Yesterday. It was yesterday. It was Saturday, Halloween. A patron of a store killed an armed robber. And the patron, as far as I can tell, is still unidentified. George says it's a woman, but
I thought it was a guy.
They've been very careful to just say patron. So maybe he's right. Maybe it is a woman. But anyway, someone with concealed carry was a patron in the store, shot and killed an armed robber. After
the guy pointed a gun at one of the...
two employees.
Yeah, at the employees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he just whipped out a gun and shot some poor soul.
No.
Yeah.
It was provoked.
So it works as advertised.
It does, apparently.
That's the way it's supposed to work. And the Europeans, of course, pretty much are all disarmed, and now they're regretting it.
Yeah, now they're looking over here going, they had something, they were onto something over there.
And that's the fact.
Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
The city of Geneva is once again considering a city ordinance that severely restricts air rifles. Geneva's plan to restrict air rifles is not an isolated issue. It is part of an overall strategy by former Mayor Bloomberg and his puppet organizations to smother future gun ownership by denying people opportunities to participate in shooting. In order to help preserve the right to keep and bear arms, plan to attend the Geneva City Council meeting on Monday, November 2nd, that's tomorrow, at 7 p.m. The meeting will be held at the Geneva City Hall, 109 James Street in Geneva. Please plan on being at Geneva City Hall by 6:15 or so in order to get a good seat and to prevent being locked out by the anti-gunners. Join On Target Radio at a gun show fundraiser for the Villa Park VFW Post 2801 on Saturday, November 21st from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Villa Park VFW is located at 39 East St. Charles Road in Villa Park. Several gun manufacturers will be displaying their products, as well as holster companies and other products. Admission is just $5. The VFW needs a new roof. Come out and support this worthy cause. The following Safer USA classes are all at our office in Waterman. Saturday, November 14th, Tactical Pistol 1 and 2, taught by David. Saturday and Sunday, November 14th and 15th, Illinois Concealed Carry 1, taught by David and Gretchen. Sunday, November 22nd, Tactical Rifle and Pistol Gun Employment, taught by Eric. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on register.
And we're doing segment 6.
Yes, we are. And tonight we'll be talking about Obama's new school holiday that has parents concerned.
Interestingly enough, when I did the newsletter,
That was hilarious. I didn't realize you hit send when you texted me.
Did you see that?
I did.
I literally was so exhausted by the time I got around to the end of the newsletter. I was so wiped out. I was like, I think asleep, and I just
You just made something up.
it just came. And I didn't go back and because the rest had been already proofed. And I said a new hymn that he's created that they're going to sing in schools.
A song that they're making school children sing.
I have no idea where that came from. Anyway, we'll be back next week, and we want to thank everybody that contributed to the show. And stick around for segment 6. We'll be back next week with more On Target Radio. And you're listening to AM560, The Answer. And thanks, Mike, for making it all happen.
Today, how to incorporate your business in just 10 minutes so you won't lose everything if you get sued. Step 1, stop putting it off. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business tomorrow, it's not just your